Now, when you are generally mixing into next piece, that's fine. But if you want to adjust data, if you're synced in, then you can't do that. So you have to switch off and then manually adjust. Now, like I mentioned in the first one, manual beat matching is very, very important. I hope I'm not too high. I think we're good. Manual beat matching is very, very important because it gives you the freedom to adjust the tempo of the piece logically. But if you sync the tempo, then essentially you are locked in to that tempo when you are mixing into the next piece. Now, when you are generally mixing into the next piece, that's fine. But if you want to adjust data, if you're synced in, then you can't do that. So you have to switch off and then manually adjust. Now, I prefer having the sync function off. That's just how I started mixing, and that's just how I continue to do it. Let me just double check. All good. So I want to make sure that it's recording. I finish this off and then I didn't press record. It's happened to me before, many times. I've also kicked the camera stand far too many times. When I've got the perfect camera angle, I will get everything set up and then like awesome, and then walk and then kick it and then I have to start all over again. Just the pleasures of the trade. Anyway, let's keep going. So this is really important. And for example, if you have a track at 135 BPM, you can manually bring it up to 135. And not only that, but you can go crazy with it. I love doing that. Not often, but when it's like 150 and the track's at like 100, you can change the tempo drastically to 150. And it creates some wild stuff. And you can do this through the function on the, I believe it is the vinyl settings just above or just near the manual tempo. And you can adjust it to, I believe it is the rate of the spin. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you have 16 and you have the wide function. You have a +6, +12, I believe. Let me just double check. Yes, I'm standing up again. Okay, so above the master tempo, you have the tempo on this particular model, on the Pioneers, the XDJ. You have the master tempo, and above that you have the tempo, which is at +6, 10, and I think it was 16, and then you have wide. And if you click that wide function, then that can really create some awesome flexibility. You just have to train yourself on this manual tempo matching, and by that your thumb and your fingers and everything, you get used to it and you can become quite fine in your calibration in how you set the tempo. So really important skill to learn. I would encourage you to from the get-go be doing that, and it just becomes normal. Just like this very squeaky chair. I swear this one's even worse than the drum stool.